So, I don't play NU all that often, but when I do play NU, I go into my boxes and pick random Pokemon because I like the look of them, alright? I'm that shallow. And, yeah, I don't have a well-constructed team at all. I just brought random shit. I have a fucking Cacnea, for God's sake. And this guy, my opponent, seems to have a pretty well-built team, so it seems like I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage going straight into it. But hey, that's what I do all the time, and that's how I play this game, so whatever. I'm just going to roll with it and see how we do. So I lead off with Sock, and I actually get a really nice advantage because obviously Relicanth doesn't want to take a close combat. And I was thinking to myself, he's obviously going to go to Scyther, so why don't I just Stone Edge? Then I was like, well, I do this all the time, guys. Like, I try and predict something, and then I end up getting screwed because my opponent either doesn't have the competitive ability to see that I would kill them with a move and so stay in unknowingly, or they predict that I'm going to overpredict because they know that I overpredict and therefore stay in when I overpredict. You get the idea. So instead of going for it and predicting the one time, I go for the close combat and he ends up just doing the obvious move, which is so frustrating because I could have got rid of that Scyther if I'd just gone with the gut, but I didn't go with my gut. And now we end up in a situation where my John Lewis refrigerator is getting screwed over because he Swords Danced on my Switch and then hit me with a Bug Bite. And unfortunately, Thunderbolt doesn't take him out. If I'd gone for Blizzard, he would have died, but then there's the risk of Blizzard missing because it's fucking Blizzard. And yeah, Thunderbolt doesn't do the job for me. And we go down. So we lose John Lewis early. The warranty has expired on my good old fridge. But fortunately, I am able to revenge kill him with Sock. I was a little bit wary that he might have quick attack, and that would be slightly unfortunate because it would break my sturdy, and he would be able to, do some decent damage because +2's quick attack's not too bad. But fortunately for me, I'm able to take him out with an Ice Punch. Bad situation now occurs because he is a free switch to Relicanth, obviously knowing that I am locked in on the Ice Punch. So I'm going to go into my Bunny Rabbit Pan, aptly named after the Fire Emblem character. And nice window here because he goes for the Stealth Rock, meaning that I can Encore him straight into it. Obviously knowing I'm faster, and then get a free substitute out of the deal because he's not going to stay in and go for Stealth Rocks all day when he's locked into those. So get off for a free sub as he switches and decides to go into his Kecleon. Now, Kecleon is easy pickings for good old Pan because I have Focus Punch. Focus Punch is actually the only attacking move I carry because it's Sub-Focus Punch, Switcheroo to get rid of a Sticky Barb, and, of course, Encore, which I did show on the Relicanth. So, go for the Focus Punch, and he sees that coming, unfortunately for me, goes into the Haunter to dodge it or to just be a ghost against it because it's completely immune. And then I have the idea that he's going to be faster because I just have this thing in my head where Haunter is faster than everything in NU. So I'm like, Haunter's going to be faster, so I'll just Encore him into his substitute. But it turns out I'm actually faster, which means I missed out on an opportunity to give him a Sticky Barb. Had I given him a Sticky Barb and then he substituted, he would have just basically been asking for death because, he's taking away his own HP with a sub and then the Sticky Barb is doing even more to him. It would have been a really nice situation, but unfortunately, my miscalculation allows him to get up a substitute. Not, negative completely for me because I can Encore him into the sub, meaning he is slightly rendered useless for a period of time, which means that I can go into the baptism of fire that is Cacnea, red and roaring and ready to destroy everything in its path. I believe Nagi gave me this Cacnea. He was like, use it, just go on, try it. I was like, fine, I'll just use it this one time. And this thing is a Swords Dance set with Sucker Punch and probably Seed Bomb, I think. I can't quite remember, but I get it for free substitute because his Haunter obviously doesn't want to stay in against me while I set up all over his face. And then I Swords Dance as he brings in his Kecleon going for Focus Punch. I look like I'm in a good situation here because if I got off a Sucker Punch on this thing, I'm going to take it down and go for the Sucker Punch, and I hit myself with my Sucker Punch. No, ladies and gentlemen, that isn't what happened. His Kecleon, in fact, has Sucker Punch, and so my priority is out-prioritied because his Kecleon's base speed is higher than mine. I die, which is really, really unfortunate. And I lose Cacnea when he could have flamed his way through the entirety. Probably not. He's a fucking Cacnea, guys. He could have stopped me. But, I mean, come on. I could have at least got the Kecleon kill. Unfortunate, but whatever. So, going to Sock to revenge kill. Obviously, I'm not going to close combat because he has a Haunter still left on his team. So, instead of doing that, I go for the Stone Edge, middle ground. I know it's going to take out Haunter, and it's probably going to do decent damage to anything else that switches in. And I do take him out, which is fantastic. Now, I know I need Sock to win this match because he has Relicanth and Dino, whatever the hell it's called, the Hydreigon second evolution left. So I know I need close combat to mow through those guys. So I switch out on the Leafeon. And unfortunately for me, he doesn't attack. He goes for the Swords Dance, which if I'd stayed in Stone Edge, then I would have got that prior damage, and I could have come back in with Sock after he'd Swords Danced and gone for close combat, probably taken him out, and then mowed through the remainder of his guys. Unfortunately for me, he makes the very nice play of Swords Dancing on my Switch, which means Huntail is Funtail no more. He shall not have his fun in the sun, and he Leaf Blade dies. I'm over. It's completely finished. Go into my Rabbit, trying to just go for the Sticky Barb, and you know, I can't attack this thing because my only attack is Focus Punch. The only thing I can do is try and get some Sticky Barb damage on it so that I can chip away at its HP, so that eventually Sock can maybe kill it with a close combat and then have the ability to perhaps eliminate both of his things which are weak to the fighting moves left once Leafeon has also been taken out. So going to Pikachu, Pika P. Unfortunately, shall Pika P no longer. He's on the diet of Slim Fast, but it is not agile. It does not make him, it's not agile. Slim Fast itself isn't agile, but it doesn't make him agile enough to outspeed and go for like a Volt Tackle or some last-ditch effort. And unfortunately, I go into Sock, and I'm like, you know, unless I get a crit here, probably not going to be game for me, so I'm like, please give me a crit, please, 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 please. Go down. It lives on 42. The meaning of life, and the meaning of life in this case is death, as Leafeon unfortunately is able to land that hit, and because the Stealth Rocks earlier, my Sturdy is no longer intact. Sock goes down, and that's that. Finishes me off. Leafeon unfortunately is able to take me down, and there you go, that's the battle. It was against Cicero Hill. I don't think I mentioned that at the start, but it was, and that was the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed. It was a random NU game, and I hope to have some more stuff going up soon. I need to get more battles going on. I need to get up a bit of a backlog before I leave for London, so I do have stuff to upload. And so yeah, streaming probably eventually at some point. To watch the channel. You know how it goes. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Do leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Much appreciated. And comments, as always, down below. Until next time, I'll see you then. Goodbye.